What's poppin'? Ready to hear the truth? Then don't miss Taboo Talk with DJ Ulrich, the podcast where no topic is off limits. From comedy to true crime, beauty to sports, and everything in between, we say what others won't. Stream it live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on YouTube. It's bold. It's real. It's Taboo Talk. Follow now and turn your midweek into a mind-blowing mix of laughs, facts, and fire conversation. Taboo Talk is sponsored by Straight Vibes and distributed by Bryden's Guyana.
Hey guys, welcome down to another episode of Taboo Talk. My name is DJ Ulrich, and today we have a very interesting story to cover. You know, my atmosphere is nice. I'm enjoying the fresh air. I want to remind you guys, go over to YouTube and subscribe for me. And you can definitely check us out on Facebook at Taboo Talk. Today I have a very pretty young lady. She's been making buzz, or I should say buzzes, in the entertainment industry when it comes to fashion designing. And definitely I think, and my team think that she deserves a spot on Taboo Talk. No other than Rihanna Mohammed. I'll leave her to do the rest of introduction. Rihanna, welcome down to Taboo Talk.
Thank you once again. As Ulrich would have mentioned, my name is Rihanna Mohammed. I'd say that I'm new to the fashion industry.
New school?
I'm a little bit of both.
Okay, so let's just say mid-school fashion design.
Yes, I'm
okay.
mid-school.
Yeah.
I've been around for a while, I'd say. However, I recently, branched out, evolved into fully accepting that this is my calling within the fashion industry and the creative industry also.
Guys, heard that? That is so amazing. And guess what, guys? We're sipping actually on some straight vibes here. She's loving it. How is it so far?
I'd say a 9.5 out of 10.
All right, that's good. That's good. And we're beating right now some electric. You know, we have the electric here and also the fever. And this is distributed by Bryden's Guyana. I want to shout out to the Straight Vibes team over there. So, Ms. Mohammed, tell me something. In the fashion industry, what do you do? Like, what is your scope of work?
So, within the fashion industry, one thing that I wanted to highlight for the year, it's actually carnival bras. Some of us might know it as carnival bras, wired bras, and so forth. And we would only see it seasonal. However, ever since I entered the industry, I'd say, because I can't toot my horn at this time, we've been seeing them at almost every event within this year, I'd say, starting as of last year. We've seen it at Carnival, we've seen it at Mashramani, we've seen it at regular birthday celebrations, I'd say, several photo shoots and so forth. So it's not just, it's for the festival time, I'd say. It's more so for any celebration. We've been a part of several brunches, I'd say, on the East Coast, in Linden, in Berbice. So we've been very present. I'd say Quality Exotic Decor and Designs has been very present.
Pronounce that name for me again. I got problems. Like, I always bite my tongue when I say. What is the name?
So it's Quality Exotic Decor and Designs.
Guys, check her out on Facebook as well. You know, when you mentioned about carnival bras, I should say, we know it as wire bra. And when I first saw these things, it was like a different taste of fashion. I'm not sure if it was there before, but of recent, like I should say from last year, it started giving a buzz, and like persons are doing it, like you mentioned, for parties. Like it becomes something normal. Like, for example, if I go to a club, I might actually see a girl in a wire bra, but it looks amazing, you know, than a girl just coming in a normal club outfit. But it looks so giving it a celebrity jam,
different.
Right? What inspired you to go in that direction though?
Last year, it was my birthday in July. Sorry, not last year. It was actually 2023. Usually for my birthdays, I would go for a theme. Every year it's a different color or there's a different theme. Within the year 2023, my theme was Coming to America. I think her name was, I can't remember what her name was, but it was the young lady that was barking like a dog, I'd say, for the prince, and she wore gold. So I'm like, okay, I want this theme. However, I want to do it with a twist because I don't like to replicate, I'd say, or recreate anybody's work. I don't want it to look similar because I want my own touch, my own unique touch, that is, to be added to it.
Nice.
So I went ahead, I created the bottom, and I said I'm going to do a wired bra. And that was wholly and solely where I came up with the theme, Dubai. The photographers were awesome. Just want to put that out there. Pose and Pixels did an amazing job when it came to executing what I wanted. So it started from there. After I resigned from where I was working previously, I knew that I was very creative, and I decided that I'm going to go ahead and I want to do something, and I want to do something for me. That is actually what I believe in.
Nice.
So my father is a foreman, and he's also a contractor. So there was binding wire within the yard. So I'm like,
you use up the binding wire?
There was like 3 rolls of the binding wire, and I'm like,
that's enough to take a bus.
I'm going to make something. So I bought a few frames from Munishwars at that time because I did not know how to actually bend the bras. And I took a leap of faith and I said, hey, I'm taking in orders for wired bras. And at that time, again, I did not know how to bend the bras or anything of that sort. I just knew that I knew how to make them. So time passed, I started getting orders, and it ranged from small to large, then it went up to XL. So it was various sizes. So at that point, I'm not able to source frames. I need to know to make the frames. I went ahead, I got the frames done. They were done really, really well. And we just moved on from there. So the first inspiration actually came from 2023 in getting that first wire bra done for myself. That's where it actually came from. Then it just evolved, and we started accepting different sizes, different patterns, and all of those styles, patterns, and everything, they were originally handcrafted and created. You can't Google them to say that, hey, I know where this style or this pattern came from. It came from somebody from in the Caribbean, or it came from somebody locally, because all of them are 100% owned and were created by me.
Fun. So with these pieces that you create, these are created from start.
Yes, they are created directly from scratch.
Okay. And how difficult was it for you when you first started? I mean, you mentioned earlier that you had to purchase a few things from Monishwar. How difficult was it for you at start? Because I mean, you're trying to perfect something. But before you actually get that piece out there, you would display it first.
Correct.
Was there any time that when you put on these pieces, you were like, okay, I feel the breast part need a little going up, or you know, was there any insecurities about that?
So when I first started, I was using, I'd say, the bra sizes. And something that I did learn along the way is that not everybody knows their bra size. Sorry, ladies. Not everybody knows their actual bra size. If somebody has a small bust, in most cases, they would buy a size to make it seem like they have more than they actually do. So when I started with the sizing, I had a few hiccups because not everybody knew their sizes, if they ranged from an A or if they were a D cup. But then I implemented something else, and that has helped me along the way, whereby I ask customers to either visit or they would send me specific measurements relating to their actual breast size instead of a standard bra size. Because you might be, not you, but I might be a B cup, probably a 34B, and then there's somebody else with a 34B. But then if you take a tape measure, your bust, I'd say, is actually bigger than mine.
Okay.
But we still use the same size because we don't know much. So one thing that I wanted to do, I knew that the frames from Manushar, they were good, but then it seemed like my work was not going to stand out because other persons had access to those frames, I'd say.
Okay.
So I wanted to be different. I wanted that, let's say somebody goes out to an event, persons are able to identify that this bra was created by Quality Exotic Decor and Designs. And currently, that's what I have going on for me, because I don't even need to post that this is a piece that I completed. I'd have persons coming into my inbox, hey, is this your work? Because they're actually inquiring if it's my work or if it was somebody attempting to recreate it.
So they're just checking out. So it's more like a signature for you. Like, your creative part of this piece is it's a signature.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, guess what? So we're gonna show her a few pieces here on this podcast here. Don't even move. We're gonna show some pieces as we speak. Rihanna, something else too. How difficult is it in the fashion industry as a fashion designer working with persons?
Currently I am solo. I've had a few persons that would have reached out to me either to collaborate or to actually learn how to get it done. And I've mentioned it a few times on my page that I don't think that I won't say fit enough, because I know I'm fit enough to do so, but I don't think that I'm able to certify somebody to get something done or show them how to do something if I am not certified in that area. But
do you think, let me just pause you a bit for that. But do you think you reach where you want to be and to share that knowledge right now? Don't you think that you should conquer everything first and then actually provide the service of sharing and having persons learning from you?
Definitely. So let's say that in the near future, there is a workshop or classes with a recognized certificate. I would be happy to attend that. And after I'm certified in that area, there is absolutely no issue with having crash courses or so. I'm showing persons what I've actually learned, because I am 100% self-trained, self-taught. There's no way or nowhere more so that I actually went to actually learn how to have these bras bended. I started bending the bras by hand first, molding the cups and all of these things. And then I found another way of actually getting it done. And a few people don't know this, close persons do. It's actually an old part from a bus. My welder was able to do a nice little setup where I'm able to actually bend and mold the underwire of the bra, create the top part. If I need to make spirals or hoops, I'm able to do that with old parts.
This is actually a work of art. This is actually a work of art. When you say Quality Exotic, where the name came from?
So it actually means quality.
Quality.
Yes. And that's one of the things.
That's so bougie.
That's one of the things that we're after, that I'm actually big on. Creating quality bras. I do have frames, I'd say, still from 2023 that I recently got rid of because it has reached to the point that they're not breakable. I have customers that would reach out and say, hey, I still have the bra, the frame is intact, the stones are fine. Like, I don't know how to buy another one if this one is not destroying. And I say, just come through, order another one, make it a collection.
But let me ask you a question. So, these pieces, I know I've looked at them and they are very, I would actually encourage females, and I want to encourage females to reach out to Rihanna and get yourself. I mean, you don't have to be all that sexy or so, but I mean, when I look at your work, I was like, this is nice. This is really, really nice. I know you have stones on it, you have feather on it, I think the feather would come with different occasion, or if somebody requests to have feathers in it. How difficult is it to have those pieces? How difficult is it to have those pieces sourced in Guyana? Most of these items, are they sourced in Guyana?
Most of it is sourced in Guyana. In terms of the framing, that's the bending wire. I would use that. Silicone glue. The most of it is actually sourced here. However, we don't have, I'd say, a wide range to choose from. And I knew that that was one of the things that I needed to work along with, because I know that other persons that are probably doing wired bras and so forth, they have access to the same gems, the same stones, and all of these things, but I still needed to find a way to make my work look different, even if it's the same gem. What
about male costumes? Like, have you, because from what I saw, it's like strictly women you focus on. Like, every time I hit social media, there is somebody doing a photo shoot with your work. There is somebody at a birthday with your work. There's somebody at a dinner with your work. Somebody's getting engaged in your work. So what about the males? What is it in it for the males?
I promise.
Okay, this is a promise.
I promise I'm not just for the women. I'm also for the men.
But have you done pieces?
Currently, I'm not doing anything for the males. However, something is actually coming for males. I didn't want to put that information out there as yet because, of course, I'm big on certification at this point. So I am now fully certified all the way up to the advanced level in tailoring, thanks to Carnegie School of Home Economics. So I'm fully certified in tailoring. So pretty soon there is something coming for the males.
Yeah, and also since you've been doing this, have you had a chance to work with any, or I mean, persons would have reached out to you already. Have you had a chance to work with any influencers yet? Any Guyanese influencers yet?
In terms of influencers, I would have worked along with a few of them, I'd say. Last year, there was a fashion show that I was a part of.
Where was this fashion show? Like?
So it was held at, I think it was held at Pegasus. It was either at Pegasus or Marriott, but the name or the theme of it was Gods Do Mingle. That was the theme. I would have worked along with a few persons, Michael Sam. There was Molo, as we all know. I can't remember. I think there's this girl, I think her name is Anissa Goldilocks. That's what I know her as because she follows me on Instagram. And a few other persons that I can't remember by name because I'm not big on
remembering stuff.
Yeah, I'm not big on I'm not big on remembering names like that. But if an order is placed, I'd say I can assure you that I remember your bra size.
Okay. Because I think you're the bra specialist. But what I want to ask you, with this type of talent that you have, and other persons might have this talent, do you think that Guyana has what it takes to make a fashion statement in the world? I mean, coming from a third world country, do you think that we can do more to have Guyana on that spotlight when it comes to fashion? Because, for example, I'm going to tell you something. I'm big on fashion. There was my friends can tell you there were times when I had events to go to, and I would actually go to a tailor in Berbice, and I would say, hey, I want this to design. For example, when leopard print was wearing, I had leopard and leather. You understand? I actually wore leopard and leather, and to me, there are a lot of persons like me who like fashion, but we don't get a lot of fashion shows in Guyana. Do you think that we need to have a committee or a bigger committee to have these fashion show more organized, much more big? Like, for example, I'm thinking about, like, right now I'm thinking, like, I don't want to say it because somebody might run with my idea and then don't give me that credit. Because I know persons they don't like run with it. So, but let's not stray too far. But do you think that we need to get together more to have some spotlight shine on the fashion industry?
So I would say that in terms of fashion shows, I do think that we have a few that would happen annually. I think there's one, I can't remember the name, Orange on the Runway or something along that line. The ministry recently had a fashion show. There are fashion shows, I'd say, happening, but I don't think that it's being marketed well, and the public is not fully in the know. I know that Naomi would have had a fashion show when she would have launched a few wedding gowns also. In terms of the international stage, Randy is doing a phenomenal job, I'd say, Randy Majuri.
Yeah.
House of Pearson, and a few other persons. You mentioned that a few men that are extremely fashionable.
Yeah, like fashionable.
There isn't a wide variety of things. I know that people would usually say, oh, as a man, you just need to wear pants and a shirt or a t-shirt or something of that sort. But I love a fashionable man.
Yeah. And to say after something, Hits and Jams normally have an event, Soak and Wine.
Oh, I love it.
Right? And like, I think the organizers behind Soak and Wine, when I look at that event, and to be honest, I've never attended the event, and I don't know why. I never attended Soak and Wine. But when I look at clips, I could tell that the organizer, they're focusing on having a fashion statement more than just persons coming and having Soak and Wine. Because when you look at those clips, it's like, for me, when I look at those clips, I'd be like, nah, next year, Guyana, and I want to look like this, and I want to look like, you know what I mean? So that is the drive that is a drive I want to have, like, supporting the fashion industry. That's the drive I want. So hear me out. I was about to say something just now, but I'm going to say it now. What I want to see from the fashion industry is this: with your talent, and when I say your talent, I'm going to say the entire East Coast, because I can say that you have the entire East Coast on lockdown.
I do.
I know you have the entire, exactly.
I just want to put out
I know you have the entire East Coast on lockdown, right? So what I want to see is a group of fashion designers come together, have a nice event. Let's just have brunch meets fashion.
I like the song.
Right? Let's just have brunch meets fashion. You know, probably organized or sponsored by Ministry Culture, Youth and Sports. Yeah, for sure. And you know, I think an event like that, and when we talk about fashion, we're talking about jewelry as well.
Correct.
Right? We can have persons with their own, like those guys who have those goldsmiths who have different nice pieces. So it's just not about what
even
you create.
Even the handcrafted earrings, I think somebody in Buxton is actually making them too.
Correct. You see, so fashion goes a long way. And that is when I said Soak and Wine, that is the only event that I could have remember.
So prior to this year, I've never actually attended Soak and Wine. However, when I saw last year's theme, I must say that I was impressed. Maybe 50%. I was impressed, and I'm like, okay, this year I'm not missing it.
Yeah.
I want to make a statement, and I did. I wanted to make a statement. I wanted to look different. I don't want to make it seem like, okay, the boutiques are bad, but I didn't want to look like anyone else.
No, listen, when you say boutiques, right? You're not taking away from the boutiques.
No, I can't.
But guess what?
Shop there.
But they're boutiques in Guyana. I mean, you want to wear a wire bra to all the events,
Correct.
but so you still need your boutiques.
Correct.
Right? You still need the boutiques. Something else I want to touch on with you, but I think we'll need to have a sip of some straight vibes.
Perfect.
We're going to go on a break. Guys, we're going to take a straight vibes break. We'll be back. Before you go any further, do remember, subscribe, YouTube, and go on Facebook, Taboo Talk. This podcast is sponsored by Straight Vibes, the best.
Somebody else get ice. What's poppin'? Ready to hear the unfiltered truth? Then don't miss Taboo Talk with DJ Ulrich, the podcast where no topic is off limits. From comedy to true crime, beauty to sports, and everything in between, we say what others won't. Stream it live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on YouTube and Facebook. It's bold. It's real. It's Taboo Talk. Follow now and turn your midweek into a mind-blowing mix of laughs, facts, and fire conversation. Taboo Talk is sponsored by Straight Vibes and distributed by Bryden's Guyana.
Ooh, make it wrong. This a rum and no boring. It make ugly girl look like pretty darling. Straight vibes still a morning. Come for your uncle, somebody should have warned him. When you want to feel real vibes. When you want to feel straight vibes. Somebody else get ice. Make TJ not nice. Overproof of the bad man choice. And I'm strong with the gal them like. Not Smirnoff ice. Them a liquor, make gal pussy tight. Them a liquor, make it up them hype. Now we no pop till we pop back all night. Oh, tell everybody we ready to start. We charging the shortest. We are sell down the Ooh, make it wrong. Available nationwide at all leading supermarkets, bars and restaurants. Distributed by Bryden's Guyana, whether on the rocks or in a cocktail. Straight vibes rum can be enjoyed by anyone over 18, that is. 4 flavors, 4 moods. 4 legendary hits in a bottle. Unstoppable, electric, ramping sharp, and fever. This is Vibes Cartel. Big up Guyana and Bryden's Guyana. A one Guyana. Don't. Oh, I'm out. Somebody else get ice.
Guys, welcome back. We're just having some fun right now with Rihanna Mohammed, and she's in the fashion industry, and we're talking so much on fashion. Rihanna, you had a chance to work with my team,
Anodyne Entertainment and No Limits family.
Yes, I want to shout out to Father Moe and the Buxton Falls committee. Last year for Buxton Falls Mash, you had.
This year.
That was this year. I'm sorry.
Yes,
that was this year. Anyway,
it feels like it's a very long
it feels
time.
like a year already,
I think I'm ready for another.
Yeah, but you had a chance to. It's like we saw your work for a very long time because I've known you for a very long time. We saw your work, and then I didn't even know my friends know you, and then we were in the group like, hey, we need some costume this year for Buxton Mash, and then it's like, I can send a girl number, and then my friends like, good, I can send it. And then when they send a number, the same number, I was like, nah. But it was nice. It was really nice. That's the first time we actually put costume on our parade and our party truck. It was good. It had, I don't think, if it had negative reviews, probably some hater, but it had real positive review. Now working with a magnitude like that, how was it for you? Like, how was it?
It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice. Working with the team, I'd say it was not just about getting the costumes completed, but I had an input.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to say what would look good. I had an input on packaging.
Congrats on the packaging, by the way. Like,
yes.
It was good. It was really good.
I was able to share my feedback with you guys, and it was greatly appreciated, I'd say. Okemi actually reached out in 2023.
Yeah.
Or 2024, I'd say. Okemi reached out prior because he wanted the costumes, and I'm like, he said, you know what? We're reserving you for the following year, and I just blew it off because I know that other promoters, I'd say, they did reach out from actually Buxton too.
Yeah.
But they didn't pull through.
Yeah.
But Okemi was very consistent, I'd say. Keeping me updated, I'd say monthly. Hey, we still need you. So that worked out well. The costumes are great. I think the choice of color.
Yeah.
I know that persons probably said, "Oh, it's gonna be pink." And what I also liked is that as much as we did not launch a costume,
It sold. It was like,
it was sold.
yeah.
The moment that they said costumes are being sold, orders started coming in, and persons did not even know what they were getting. So,
Yeah, well, what I want to
Surprise,
tell you right now on
surprise.
this podcast is that you're booked right now for the next Bucks and Fowls Mash event,
bigger and better.
bigger and better. So don't take bookings from nobody else, right? Good. So that's that's rule number one. But I mean, you're so active in fashion. You're so active in having a craft perfected in your own image. What about balance? How do you balance everyday life?
I must say that it's more relaxing at some parts of the year for me because I do have a peak season. Of course, if it's brunch season, I'm booked.
Yeah.
So I need to work. But we do have moments where I have a lot of free time. So I'm able to actually relax. I'm able to balance workout. I'd say that it's better than a 9 to 5, but it has its season when I would be working around the clock.
So you love what you're doing. You love what you're doing.
If you have a love for it, then you're actually going to love what you're doing. And this is what I was, I'd say, born for. So when the tough times actually start, I remember like why I actually started this, and that gets me through.
Great. You know, as a woman who work with a lot of women, and who's also not a stranger to social media, I want to stray a bit. What are your thoughts on violence, domestic violence?
I think that the current rate, I'd say, it's very alarming. We've had the recent shooting, I'd say, with the young lady where her son was also shot
Involved.
by,
Yeah.
or by the father, I'd say. I knew that I took a step back and I started like evaluating a lot of things. I do think that more systems can actually be put in place because I think based on what I heard, there was a restraining order and what's not. Like if we can just have weekly check-ins by, of course, the police
relevant
officers
authorities,
and the relevant authority, I think that we would probably be in a better place. Mental health also is also another thing.
Yeah.
Some persons don't want to admit that they have issues. I think that persons should reach out for therapy or counseling or just talk to someone instead of bottling it all up on the inside and then you're going to have a crash out. Like, let's avoid that. Mental health is important. Talk to somebody. And don't just keep a lot of things in. Express yourself. Be very expressive in words. And also try not to be disrespectful if you're going to express yourself.
Something else too. What are your thoughts on relationship? Like, like with all these things that is happening, you know, I think men are painted in a bad image, and females who are single. Are you single?
I am 110%
Taken.
single.
You single?
Yes, I'm single.
Why are you single?
I am single until married.
Okay, so you wanna get married first, or are you dating or something?
In the future, I want to, but currently I'm not dating anyone. I am on the shelf at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned you're single, right? You're on the shelf. You're on the shelf. I want to ask you two more other questions about in this arena. Like, what would it take you, or what type of guy do you think that you should date in today's society? Like, what type of guy do you think you should date in today's society?
So I know that most women would say that they actually have a type. I don't think that I have a type.
I mean, throw a shot first. Hold on.
I don't think that I have a type, I'd say.
Straight vibes. You don't have a type?
I don't feel like I have a type, but persons would actually highlight that I do. I don't know. I don't have a type.
So, okay, so I guess it's personality for you. Like,
yes,
like
I'm big on personality. I want somebody that actually has a sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a preference with height because I don't even know my own height.
Rihanna, you're a pretty girl. You're a pretty girl to still be on the shelf. You're wicked to yourself.
I mean,
You're wicked to yourself. Hey, why you wicked to yourself? Why waste all this beauty?
so I won't say that I'm wasting it. I'm more so reserving it for the right person. Whenever they choose to come along, I know they're coming, but I don't need them to come in a hurry because, as they say, you got a script. Not necessarily, but
You got a script.
yes, scripting
Okay.
is real.
Okay.
So, one thing that I would say is that I'm not currently searching for somebody. I'm basically trying to, I'd say, mold a business, grow a business. So my focus is more so there. My conversations with persons that may want to date me, it's going to be on how I want to move my business to the next level. So it's going to be a lot of business talks.
Cause DeAndre don't like feminists, DeAndre don't like feminists. But it's good. It's good to hear from women and something that I plan to do. Most women that I invite on this podcast or reach out to have a chat on this podcast, I want to ask them so much on relationship and domestic violence and stuff. Let's go back to the fashion industry a bit. What are let's just say one thing or probably two things that you would like to see different in the fashion industry in Guyana?
I would say that predictable styles, I'd say. Like we have a lot of those. Not to dim anyone's light, but let's use Mashramani, for example. We do have a lot of predictable costumes. The vest, the tights. I know that we're probably going for decency, but I do think that we can actually step our game up when it comes to Mashramani and not just focus on carnival because it seems like we're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
But Mash is actually our own. And we should really focus more on that. I want persons to be able to step out of their comfort zone because if I looked at it 2 years back, I'd say I didn't expect anybody to go to dinner with a wire bra on, but it's actually mistaken for a dress because persons would reach out and say, hey, I'd like you to create this dress for me.
But it's happening though.
It's happening.
Correct, it's happening.
It is happening now. And like, there's so much more that we can actually do. I'm hoping that we can actually have workshops and all of these things. I'm hoping that the government and they can actually look into things like these, hosting sessions with persons with a creative mindset, I'd say, to know how we can actually move Guyana to another level in the fashion industry.
Yeah, good. If you had a chance to dress a celebrity, who would that be?
Locally, internationally?
Both.
Locally, I would say Lola Doll.
Lola Dahl.
That's my girl.
Speedy recovery for you, Lola.
Yes, definitely. I love her. I'm a big fan. And at the end of the day, we need to come downstairs at some time.
You gotta come downstairs. Say you want to dress the cement body.
We want to dress that cement body after recovery. Definitely.
And international.
Internationally, I would say I'm a huge Cardi B fan. After this pregnancy,
This is like a comparison though, Lola and Cardi
Lola
B.
and Cardi
Yeah. Like a comparison.
I'd say Cardi B, definitely. Because she's very bold in her fashion statement, I'd say. Like, it's always out of the box.
Yeah. Cardi B always, like, I am a fan of Cardi B. I love Nicki Minaj. But I am a fan of Cardi B. But
I haven't heard anything in a while.
No. I talked to Nicki Minaj the other day and she said she's coming bigger and better. But it's good to see. It's good to see where you want your business to be. What I want you to do for me, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to tell my viewers and the new viewers why they should support not only your business, but fashion in the
while we might want to, I'd say, go the normal route of shopping and popping up at an event, I would say at least once in a lifetime or twice in a lifetime or 10 times in a lifetime in the same year, support a local designer, support anybody that's locally working in the creative industry. If it's not an outfit, support somebody in the small business industry for anything, because it helps us. It makes us seem like we made the right decision, we made the right choice, because we are turning our passion and creativity into a business. And I would say that so far it's been working out pretty well for me. For that person out there that might be interested in starting a small business, I'd say, if you are not prepared to work twice as hard, don't do it until you're ready. Because it's not, managing a business is not for the weak. It's really not for the weak. If you're not ready to be your own accountant, if you're not ready to be your own content creator, I'd say, don't start until you're ready. Create a schedule where you're able to post content, because posting content has helped me a lot. I would have completed courses with Action Coach and Action Invest. And one of the things that we've actually learned is that your presence on social media is extremely important. Putting your content out there is the only way, or one of the most important ways, to attract customers. So to remain relevant, you need to post.
Nice. And Rihanna, I want to ask you a few questions before we wrap up. Very shortly, you would have benefited from a government program. I think it was Women Empowerment of Women. I saw you got a certificate from.
Yeah, I got a few certificates.
Tell us how was that for you?
So there was a garment construction course that was being done through the ministry. And that was completed along with, they partnered with Nations Inc. I would have completed 2 courses there, a decor course and the garment construction course. My tailoring courses, dressmaking, and every other course that was completed via Carnegie. I decided to go with the recognized institutions and so forth, because it's better to have, of course, a recognized certificate.
Yeah, definitely. My final question to you, if you want to add anything, with your contributions, where do you see the fashion industry with your contributions in Guyana? I mean, we've discussed we need more marketable promotions in the fashion industry, but with your creativity, your love for what you're doing, and not only you alone, but other persons who have that drive. Now, if everything should combine together, the relevant authority, Ministry of Culture and Sports, are watching this, and they said, okay, you know what, we're going to take it to another level. Now, where do you see, with your contribution, where do you see this industry going in the next 10 years from now?
In the next 10 years, I'd say with the suggestions that were provided, with having sessions, I'd say, and meetings and all of these small events where the creative minds can actually come together. I do think that we can make a good impact in changing things, in improving things, not just changing it. Because there are a few good things that we do have, but it probably just needs a little bit of tweaking. I'd say for me, my aim is to actually have costumes completed for Mastermind, because I want to make a difference on the road. I want to make it seem like MASH is not something that's actually dying away. I want to be able to put life, I'd say, back into it. And of course, it's going to be via costume designs, because that's what I do. I want persons to look at my pieces and say, okay, that is it. because that's the expression that I get from my customers. And I don't just want it on a small scale.
Yeah.
I want it on a large scale. So whoever out there is listening right now from the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, I'm targeting a few ministries. The Ministry of Housing, the Ministry of Culture, the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Ministry of Education.
Yeah, for sure.
I do have sketches already prepped.
This song something like was planned already because you know what would have been great? I know after Buxton match we had discussed about going on the road for Guyana Carnival. You know, that would have been something really, really good. But
do we have Carnival this year?
No, we didn't have Carnival this year. But it would have been something good to showcase your talent. You know, with our promotional expert as well, going in a new environment, it would have been good. Something else to Rihanna, before I wrap up, tell persons where they can find your pieces from, you know, your Facebook, your socials.
Sure. So, as I've mentioned, Quality Exotic Decor and Designs, it is 100% only authentic pieces. We do not recreate. We do not replicate. All pieces are 100% catered to our individual customers. There's no standard bra sizing because all of us were uniquely created.
Yeah.
So that's why I believe we should have unique pieces. You can find me on TikTok. It's Quality Exotic Decor Designs. You can find me on Instagram, Quality Exotic Decor and Designs. And you can also find me on Facebook, Quality Exotic Decor and Designs. We're also on WhatsApp, and that is 630-0352.
Nice. Guys, I think you've heard it from Rihanna Mohammed, a mid-school fashion designer. And so far, like I mentioned, she's been making buzzes on social media with her unique pieces. Those pieces are shown right here on this podcast, you know. And Rihanna, you have very photogenic persons that is doing those photo shoots and showcasing these things. And, you know, we're going to actually have a chance for persons to see here. Before I wrap up, I want to thank Straight Vibes for sponsoring this podcast. Shout out to everybody over there at Brighton's for sponsoring this podcast. Guys, remember we're big on cocktails, you know.
It's lit.
Loud. Only on Taboo Talk, Straight Vibes. You know, I want to shout out to my team. Shout out to DeAndre, Dason, Emmanuel. You know, do remember to go to YouTube, subscribe, go to Facebook, you know. And guys, if you have a very interesting story that, you know, that could have a spotlight on Taboo Talk, you know, don't hesitate. Just reach out 662-6039, 656-2169, you know, and just reach out, you know. We're here to have those bold discussions. And with that said, I want to shout out to all those ministries that Rihanna mentioned that would be reaching out so that we can have
We're manifesting.
Yeah, we're manifesting, definitely. So we can have that nice packed event. Until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. My name is DJ Aldridge. We love you. Straight Vibes is it. I'm going to see you.
What's poppin'? Ready to hear the unfiltered truth? Then don't miss Taboo Talk with DJ Aldridge, the podcast where no topic is off limits. From comedy to true crime, beauty to sports, and everything in between, we say what others won't. Stream it live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on YouTube and Facebook. It's bold. It's real. It's Taboo Talk. Follow now and turn your midweek into a mind-blowing mix of laughs, facts, and fire conversation. Taboo Talk is sponsored by Straight Vibes and distributed by Brighton's Guyana.